instead of a car video for our final video of the day, it is a Scott video time. A Kentucky Ballistics Scott video time. And in this one, he's doing something a little different. He's doing the arrow gun. He's shooting arrows from a firearm instead of a crossbow. And this one intrigued me because how many of you have seen Hard Target? How many of you have seen the movie Hard Target? Show of hands, chat. Who has seen Hard Target? Jean-Claude Van Damme. Shame. You are wounding me. Oh my God, you are wounding me. Oh God. I'm feeling personally attacked now. Oh my God. Okay, chat. Your homework this weekend is to locate and watch the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie, Hard Target. It is a classic 90s John Woo. This is, I think, one of the John Woo's...
Not as bad as his accent wounded me.
Hard Target is, I want to say it's director John Woo's debut in the United States cinematic theater. I believe it may have been his first U.S. film with Jean-Claude Van Damme, so lots of slow-mo and doves. Watch it. It's a great action flick. Lots of crazy action explosions that make absolutely no goddamn sense, but it's fucking great to watch. But in that movie, very briefly, one of the bad guys uses like a gun that shoots arrows. And that's why I wanted to watch this video, because as soon as I saw the arrow gun, I immediately thought, Hard Target. Oh, I want to see how this looks in real life, because obviously I've seen it in the movie. I want to see how it looks in real life. So that's why I wanted to see this movie. That's what we're going to watch. Let us check it out.
Oh, here we go again. Really don't want to talk to this guy. He's such a jerk. What do you want? You know you don't have any more wishes, and you're interrupting my leg day? I know.
Oh, that's what the voice was in that other video we watched in the trailer. It was the Wish Genie, not Arnold. It was his Wish Genie character. Okay, I didn't know he did this character. Okay, this is making more sense now then.
Know that, but you are gonna give me another wish. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. You see that man over there? His name is W, and he has awful gas. You're gonna give me another wish, or I'm gonna have him fart in your lamp every day for the next year. Okay, baby biceps, I'll make your wish. What is it? I need you to bring back to life the Chip-O-Matic 5000. I can't do that one. Can't bring things back to life. Otherwise, I'd bring back Bigfoot. That guy could really potty. Okay? Well, then I wish for a Chip-O-Matic 6000. All right? Your wish is granted.
Okay, that was teenage girl scream quality right there. And I love it.
What's up, everybody? My name is Scott, and you're watching Kentucky Ballistics. And today I have a very unique firearm to show you. This is a Ruger 1022 arrow gun. So basically this thing works like my harpoon gun. It utilizes a 22 blank, and it uses those gases to propel an arrow. If you look at the end of the barrel here, you will notice a gas tube inside it. And then these arrows are hollow. You'll also notice they're kind of falling apart, and that's because they're kind of old. You insert that inside the barrel over the gas tube, load up a 22 blank, and then you are ready to go. I am very excited to try this thing out, so let's go get started. Okay, I am loaded up with a field tip that is 100 grains, and I have a 22 blank in there. I'm just gonna take a shot with this thing. I can't imagine it's gonna throw these arrows very hard because it's just a 22 blank, but we are gonna find out.
I don't know.
Here we go. Hole.
No.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna get that arrow back. That was actually moving very fast, and now I am very excited.
Yeah. Good distance. Well, I'm not surprised it's Cyclope action because it's just like if there was a round in there. It's you have a barrier of the gas that the gas is coming up against, which is of course is throwing pushback, which will affect the cycle. If the barrel was empty, there would be nothing for the gas to push against, and thus no back pressure involved because all the gas would be escaping out of the barrel. So it's not surprising at all that the rifle cycled because it's effectively was operating the same as if it was firing an actual round. So not too surprising there.
Oh, that would have been so cool. I done broke it. It's broken already. That's okay though, because Sportsman's Guide is our table sponsor. Okay, the 22 blank is a lot more potent than I thought it was.
What's the point? The only reason to have an ejector is if it's semi. No, I think Doc. What do you? Doc, are you talking about being surprised that the action worked? Is that what you're saying? They built it off at 10-20 action, 22 blanks don't exactly feed well in magazines. Well, I mean, or that they went with semi-automatic action. Well, I don't. Maybe because of the construction of the gas tube, in the barrel, it made sense. It made more sense to use a semi-automatic action, or like a semi-automatic bolt, as opposed to traditional bolt action. Maybe that gas tube required it for its construction in order to function well. Maybe they did, and who knows? He may pull out more than one of these weapons, and one of them may very well possibly be a bolt action. Who knows? Or it's possible it could be magazine fed, and you just need to replace the arrow after every shot. I'm not sure. I honestly don't know. Well, yeah. I mean, in semi-auto is you got to be really careful because you have to reload the arrow after every time. So you have to really make sure that your safety's on. It is kind of dangerous being semi-auto because you will have, after you fire the first arrow, you are going to have a live blank in the chamber when you're reloading your arrow. So, exactly, Doc. That's exactly what I'm saying. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get who knows? Maybe we'll get a close up of him loading the blank, and we can maybe get a better idea of why they elected to go with the semi-auto as opposed to a bolt action.
It shot that arrow out of there with some authority. So now I'm really curious to see what kind of power these arrows have. I have 15 gallons of water, and we're gonna see if we can make it through them. Okay, I am loaded up with a 100 grain broadhead. That thing looks gnarly. If I had to guess, I'm gonna say it's gonna make it through all 3 jugs, but we are gonna find.
Okay, hang on. Let me pull this up real quick. Hang on. That's a pellet rifle, though. Tyson, what you posted is a pellet rifle, not an arrow rifle. So it's not exactly the same thing. It's not yeah, I mean we not quite the same thing. Arrow PCP. Oh, yeah, but it's a multi-shot 10-time PCP pellet. Okay, okay, I see what you're saying, Tyson. Okay, I gotcha. Alright.
Find out. All right. Here we go. Oh!
Queen! Holy shit, that was Queen! Wow. A3, clean through. That will fuck someone up. Holy shit! Yeah. You got ads? Okay, Vishwar. Let me know when the ads are done. I will hold and wait. Yeah, Potato, I mean, kinda sorta, you're not wrong. But it's like, this is, I mean, for a quote-unquote bow hunter, this is a pretty good fucking alternative. Granted, I mean, yes, I understand it removes the entire point of bow hunting in the first place, but holy shit! What I'm really curious about now is I'm really curious what the max effective range of. Okay, Vishwak, you're back. I'm really curious what the max effective range of this rifle is. Yeah, crossbows. You don't actually find too many hunters using crossbows. Oh god. I'll call you Myth. Myth, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Yeah, I mean, you don't see too many hunters using crossbows. Bow hunters will use like compound bows, and they, specifically because it's more challenging. Patra possibly. Although, Cosmic, thank you for the gifted. Thank you, Cosmic. Vishrock, refresh your stream so you don't get any more ads. Oh. And Cosmic, thank you again for the gifted to Bobcat. Bobcat, you too. Refresh the stream. You won't get ads anymore. I mean, how long before it exited after? I mean, obviously it's, we saw the range he was at here, and it sure as hell didn't destabilize from that distance. I would be very curious, like I said, what the max effective range of one of these would be. Hopefully he puts some distance. He gets some distance so we can see that, I hope.
I think I saw it come over here. Quite honestly, I will probably never find it. All right, well, let's have a look at our water jugs. We have a really nice cut in the front and the back. Front of this one, back of this one. I mean, just absolute clean pass-through.
Yeah.
I have to say at this point, I'm pretty impressed with the arrow.
Very.
Things like aliens, Bigfoot,
Head time.
they all don't exist. But you know what does exist? Spammers, robocallers, and telemarketers. But thankfully there's companies out there.
Yeah,
like
Tysel, I mean, bow hunting is difficult. Bow hunting is absolutely difficult. Best Buy said, obviously bow hunters won't use this or crossbow because they are 100% working off their skill. It's a matter of skill and pride that they can take down prey with an actual bow. No, Tyson, I cannot say that I have. And Shadow, I haven't heard about that, but that sounds like something that you would see in like Native American cultures.
Aura also does so much more to protect you and your family from online threats you can't see. It's really easy to set up so you don't have to download several
Okay.
different
Oh,
apps to
that's
get
what you
things
mean.
like parental controls,
Okay, you're talking
antivirus,
about their
VPN,
physicality. Okay,
password
you know what?
management,
To some of it makes
identity
perfect
theft
sense, and I'm
insurance,
guessing their
and
one
more. You get
arm was bigger
everything
than
at
the other
one
one.
affordable price.
Their string arm was probably much
Stop
bigger
letting
than their
people exploit and
non-string arm.
profit off of your private information. Swing over to aura.com/Kentucky and start your free 2-week trial today.
Oh God.
You can also find this link in the description down below, or you can scan my QR code. A big thank you to Aura for letting me be unnecessarily destructive,
Jesus.
and a big thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. Be sure and check them out. Now, let's go get to it. Okie dokie, I am genuinely curious about these arrows now. I want to know
Oh,
how
cool.
fast they're moving, and I want to know
Me
just
too.
how much
Me too.
penetration we can get out of these things. So, I have a handy dandy chronograph here, this magical device.
Oh, yeah. Chat. He has a chronograph.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Will measure the speed of my arrow and will also microwave a pizza in under 30 seconds. And then I have a 16-inch block of clear ballistic gel made by Clear Ballistics. We're gonna shoot into the block over the chronograph and see how much penetration we get and see how fast it's moving.
Oh boy. Barry.
Okie dokie. Let's see if I can actually pull this off because I don't have any sights. So I'm just gonna go with about right there. Oh!
Oh, he actually shot it true.
Bang, 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 bang!
402 feet per second. Man, that is pretty impressive.
Well,
It crammed that arrow deep into that gel.
yeah. And like, what do you say, 400 feet per second? And I know this isn't a perfect analog for a body, but look at the depth of penetration on that thing. Like, holy crap. However, I will say, the fact that it didn't go clean, the fact that this did not go clean through with the distance that he fired from, makes me think that its maximum effective range is not great. My opinion regarding its maximum effective range is a bit lessened given its penetration here. At such a short distance. I mean, yes, granted, it went like 80% of the way through this block and it's going the long way. But, Rodent, excellent question. I do not know. I do not know if this would be less than a crossbow. I could not tell you. I do hope that he tries to do some distance targets so we can see that. I do hope he does that. Shadowclaw, for a bow hunter or an arrow hunter, I would, at a guess, I would say 50 feet. At a guess. I do not know for sure. But my guess would be for accuracy and lethality, I would think 50 feet. But I do not know for sure. I have never bow hunted, so I am purely guessing. 60 to 70 yards? Okay, so I was off. I was definitely off. 60 to 70 yards. Okay.
I don't know how I'm gonna get it out.
Push, don't pull. Key thing here, if you get an arrow, especially hunting arrow, if you try and remove it, do not pull the arrow out. Push it through. Because 9 times out of 10, yeah, Shadowclaw, I think I probably was. I was thinking yards, not feet, and I said feet for whatever reason. Yeah, arrows are not made to go backwards, particularly hunting arrows. I think he does, yeah, he has a hunting tip on this. So yeah, arrows, do not try to pull an arrow out. You will tear yourself apart trying to do that. If you really want to try and remove, say, for the sake of example, you catch an arrow in a limb, either let the hospital deal with that, which is by far the wiser course of action, or push the arrow to completion to get it out. Do not pull it out because you will rip yourself apart. But yeah, always best to just leave the fucking thing there and go to the hospital and let the doctors do it surgically.
I think that's just going to stay there. I mean, 402 feet per second. That thing is cooking. The chronograph here did an excellent job at measuring that speed. You guys probably thought
Fuck you, Bobcat.
something bad was going to happen to it.
Oh, God.
Well, you were correct!
Oh, God.
Let's put this new guy to the test.
Oh, Lord. Oh, God. Ew. Oh, that looked like he was throwing up there. That was green and chunky. Oh, so does that. Ew. Ew. And yeah, what you guys are saying is right. It's also a lot of times stopping the blood flow to just leave it in. Absolutely, yeah. It's an arrow often plugs the wound at the same time.
Well, I have to say, I'm quite impressed with the new Chip-O-Matic 6000. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, well, logically, the next step is to see if we can shoot through a car door. I'm gonna put a 5-gallon water jug in the front seat. See what happens. Oh.
I don't know if it's gonna be able to punch through. I think that the arrowhead might just barely make it through, but the steel I think the arrowhead might make it through, but yeah, exactly. I don't think it's going to. At the very least, I don't think it's going to fully penetrate the water jug. It might stop, like the arrowhead might stop once it initially penetrates the water jug. I think it will go through. I think it is possible, depending on where he hits it. Depending on where he hits the car door, I think it may go through, but it's not going through that water jug. If anything, it will stop once the arrowhead impacts the water jug. Like, initially penetrates.
Okay, I'm loaded up with another 22 blank, and I have another 100.
Yeah, Bobcat, it's true, but also, this is a contact point. What you're talking about using nail guns with it use blanks, those are also contact point hits. He's actually shooting from a distance, so you've got wind resistance, followed by impact. And already the arrow is slowing down after it leaves the barrel. So you have the wind resistance slowing it down, then you have the car door slowing it down, then you have the water jug. So it's a little bit of apples to oranges in that respect. Because he's not, putting it right next to the car door and pulling the trigger. He's putting some distance between it. That will make it will make a difference in terms of penetration.
Grain broadhead. Here we go. Okay.
Wow. Okay, that did a fuckload more than I thought it would. Holy shit.
That was rather surprising. I honestly expected it to just stick in the door.
Yeah. Like, most of the way through, but...
Okay. All right, before I open this door, I want you to look inside here. You can see that the arrow is still partially in the door, and we have punctured that 5-gallon water jug.
So I was partially right.
This thing is potent. I mean, this is nuts. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, that made it completely through the door easy.
So I was partially correct. I was partially correct. It did not clear the jug. It did go in a little bit further than I expected. It was more than just the arrowhead, but it did not go through the jug. So I was partially correct.
22 blank arrow gun. Pretty darn effective. There we go. Oh, that broadhead is all messed up.
Oh, yeah. Well, metal on metal, no surprise.
Even the arrow is kind of like bent. Oh, it's all kinds of bent.
Oof.
So I got the job done, but it wasn't
True about that.
That Gatorade is delicious, but not as delicious as subscribing to Kentucky Ballistics. Hit that subscribe button. Alrighty, we know how fast these things are moving. We know how much gel they'll go through, and we know it will make it through a car door. Well, now, my next logical question is, what if I encounter a dinosaur covered in soft body armor? So I have here a soft...
Okay, this I think it'll go through. Soft body armor, unless this is soft body armor specifically designed for blades, arrows going through this. Soft body armor is not made for blades, it's made for bullets. So the question is it soft body armor that is specifically designed for blade strikes? Because if it's not, this thing's going through. This thing will go through. So
armor panel.
Let's find out.
Up to 44 Magnum, made by Premier Body Armor. I'm gonna slap it on Mr. T-Rex here and see if we can make it through it with a 100 grain broadhead. Yeah.
no further comment needed. You can use your imaginations. Alistair, banana.
That should work. All right, we are loaded up with another 100 grain broadhead. After seeing what this has done to the car door and everything else, I think we're gonna make it through that panel pretty easy. Here we go.
He's right.
Oh my
Yep,
goodness.
exactly like I said. Although it did stop.
This thing is ridiculous. I would argue that it's more potent than an actual crossbow or a compound bow. We may need to compare the two. Fun fact, that's actually how the dentist has to keep my mouth open when he works on my teeth. He just has to duct tape it completely open. I try to bite his fingers, you know, I don't like things near my mouth. Let's look at our plate here, or panel. Mr. T-Rex.
Yeah, and that's the key difference. If there was a trauma plate in this body armor, no, of course, it would not go, the arrow would not go through if there was a trauma plate here. But regular soft body armor, the arrow would handle it the same way a blade would, which means it would go right through it. These things, body armor, ballistic body armor is not designed for knives or blades, and an arrow is just a different version of a blade. Zebra. Okay, Shadow, I'll give you another one, and some of you in chat may know what I'm talking about here. Here's one for you. Sunstone. Just Google it.
He definitely would be feeling that. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh.
That's why you
Yeah.
don't pull them out
All right, we
backwards.
made it through the panel, but as you can see here, our broadhead is pretty chewed up.
Oof.
But that is...
You know what? Just like with the car, if it's just because it's chewed up, doesn't mean it didn't work. Yeah, Pactra? I'm thinking the same thing. Imagine if... Now, actually, you know what? My suspicion, I would suspect you probably can't go much higher than a 22. Maybe you could go with a 32 or a 38 blank. 556, I don't think would work. No, Shadowclaw, it's all one word. It's all one word. Just be warned. Delicate eyes about what to view. Patrick, I suspect that if you put something like a 556 in there, it's too much powder, too much pressure, and the arrow would destabilize almost immediately. I think the arrow would destabilize almost immediately. The reason probably why they went with the lower caliber is because you're giving that gas pressure that's projecting the arrow at high speed, but it can still maintain proper flight. But I think if you go with a higher caliber, it's too much pressure, and I think the arrow would destabilize very shortly after leaving the barrel. That is my suspicion. So 22 seems like it might be a sweet spot. You might be able to go with a 32 or maybe even a 38. That you might still be okay there, and it might still work. 556, I feel like is just way too much gas pressure. It would be, oh yeah, it'd be interesting to see what happens. Absolutely it would. It would be absolutely interesting to see what happens, but I do think you'd see the arrow destabilize very shortly after leaving the barrel.
It's pretty impressive. I cannot believe it did that with that much ease.
I don't even know if you can build specialized arrows.
Up next.
Oh, dear God, Scott, kill that thing. Kill that thing with fire. Do a flaming arrow through that thing. Dear God in heaven. The very color of this thing is nightmare fuel.
I have this wretched
It looks like a
creature,
unicorn
a
just shat
Furby.
all
I don't know
over
if
a
you know this,
gremlin.
but these things are an absolute menace to society. If you get them wet, they multiply, and if you feed it after midnight, it will turn into a gremlin and burn down the whole town. I'm a little worried that an arrow is not enough to take this thing out.
Neither's the Chip-O-Matic. Hi, Jeremy. I'm glad you're liking it and welcome. I hope you're enjoying it live. Oh, that came out chunky.
Smells awful. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
I want to conduct, and that is,
Here we fucking
an
go.
arrow gun protect you from a zombie, a rather large zombie. This guy here is from Clear Ballistics, and he's got a big old head on him. I mean, he's very satisfying to slap. And here I have the opposite of penetration. This is a small game broadhead. That's 100 grains.
Interesting.
And it's pretty gnarly. We're going to take a shot at this zombie here and see what our results are. Oh yeah, solid hit. You know what? I'm challenging all the other gun tubers to a slap contest. Matt, Brandon, Duran, Donut, slap contest. Let's do it. Okay, moment of truth. Woo, this is gonna be bad. Here we
It's a little
go.
close.
Oh!
Oh shit, hang on. I'm in the way, you couldn't see that. Hang on, let me move myself out of the way, and move you guys out of the way. Because you're gonna want to see that. Hang on. I'll move you over here temporarily while we watch the video, and then I'll move you back. Alright, watch this. Damn. Sadistic, he said it was a small game broadhead. Small game broadhead is what he said. Oh yeah, sure it's survivable. Sure it is. Yeah, you could survive that, no problem. Fucking kidding. Oh my. And I mean, that was dead center too. That is the brain. Really, Alistair? Really? You're gonna say the zombie might survive. I'll let Deadpool, right, Shadow?
Maybe I should have used the broadhead. Oh, he didn't even bleed. Oh, okay. We still managed to make it through the back.
Which also makes me think, what if he used the regular hunting arrowhead instead of the small game head? Would that have punched through it? I wonder. I really wonder if he used a regular hunting arrowhead, would that have gone clean through? As opposed to stopping like the small game arrow, like the small game broadhead. Yeah, I think that would have punched right through. Oh, really? Oh, God, thank God. I want to see that.
I guess you just kind of pushed that all the way through. Oh,
Yes, that's what you should have been doing from the first place, Scott.
no. That sounded awful. Okay, well. Oh, we broke it. We broke off one of our talons.
Oof.
So this would be good for zombie defense, but you're not going to be able to reuse your broadhead. I think I'm going to hit Mr. Zombie one more time, but this time
Yes.
I have a 100 grain fixed broadhead. That is one.
Yes, I cannot wait to see. I think this one is going clean through.
Solid piece, and I think we're going to have a little more penetration. Woo!
Oh, hang on. Chat, let me get you out of the way here. We're gonna want to see this. We are gonna want to see this. Actually, I'll put you down here. You should be fine down there. All right. We're gonna want to see this. Ready?
All right, here we go. Oh!
Clean through, but it had some rebound. That's interesting. It bounced in the skull.
Oh! It went all the way over there. Looks like we went through the zombie, and then we traveled another like 35 yards. And our broadhead looks pretty solid, but our arrow is a little bent. Let's go check out Mr. Zombie.
Yeah, you could see where it bounced
I believe when
in
we
the
did
skull.
this test with the crossbows, we were making it into the zombie heads, but we were not making it all the way through them. And the arrows were definitely not soaring another 35 yards after the fact. This
it did.
was pretty impressive. I mean, we had...
Okay, so for who was asking about the effectiveness of the crossbow, he was just saying they tried this with the crossbow, and while the arrow did go into the zombie head, it did not penetrate the zombie head. So this is more effective than the crossbow. This is more lethal than the crossbow in that respect. because this actually penetrated through with the broadhead as opposed to the small gauge broadhead. Yeah.
A solid hit, and we just blew through the other side, and it's a very clean exit hole. Oh. So after all these tests today, I think I'm going to say that an arrow gun is a little more powerful than a compound bow or a crossbow. This thing is an absolute beast.
Yes.
Well, that's going to be it for today's video. What did you think about the arrow gun? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, be sure to check me out on Kentucky Ballistics breakdowns, Kentucky Ballistics shorts, Kentucky Customs, Patreon, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links to all those can be found in the description down below, along with a link to KentuckyBallistics.com, just in case you want to pick up a shirt. Also, be sure and give today's video a like and hit that subscribe button. And as always, thank you so much for watching. My name is Scott, and I'll see you next time.
Got a splinter. I knew he was gonna say that. I knew it. Oh, that was great. And you know what? Bobcat, I would be really interested to see what would happen if a rifle that took 5.56 that shot arrows. I I don't think it would be as effective, but I would still be really interested to see it. Just for science. I would. That would be really interesting to see. But man, this thing worked so damn good. Surprisingly good.